we got a controversial one.
Alexis Sunshine 83, it's always sunny here. Boop.
Hey Sunshiners, Alexis Sunshine 83 right here. Hello, hello, happy sunny day. What is up? So 2021 is coming to a close, and during this time for a lot of people it's all about refreshing, and so I figured what better to have a little refresh than get rid of all the clothing that's not considered trendy anymore when it was literally trendy last year and you spent money on it, but now there's no reason to wear them because the fashion industry is basically like, no, that was a stupid trend, you stop wearing that. But just you wait like 1 or 2 years and it'll come back into fashion, and then you'll have to rebuy it and the cycle will continue. Obviously the concept of being told not to wear because it's out of trend is the silliest and most like infuriating thing ever. Basically in this video I'm going to be reacting and I guess kind of giving my thoughts on this article that I found on Elle Australia, which is 14 fashion trends you should retire and adopt in 2022. I do have to say in the description right before kind of the list, they do say dress as you wish, but I guess this concept of like people telling you to stop wearing a certain style because it's not trendy anymore is something that a lot of people hold true. And I don't think that's the majority of people, especially everyone that's probably watching me. We kind of have the same agreement that you should dress however you want, and specifically when it comes to fashion trends, I like to get inspiration from them. And I have, you know, opinions of trends and styles that I personally just don't like on me. I could care less what other people wear. Even low-rise jeans, I have no problem with people wearing them. What I do have a problem is the fashion industry telling me that high-waisted jeans are out of style and I should stop wearing them and I should wear low-rise jeans when I personally don't feel comfortable, and then getting roasted because I'm wearing high-rise jeans. Like that's what I have a problem with. So yeah, I honestly haven't really looked at this list. I randomly found it when I was searching for winter like 2021 fashion trends, and I was like, oh my goodness, this would be such a fun video concept. So hopefully you guys are as interested as I am in taking a look at, again, what we should and shouldn't wear for 2022. I forgot to say, it's funny too because so many different websites have different things that are trends. Sometimes they overlap, but sometimes they don't overlap, and I can already tell one of the trends that they say are out have been on 2022 predicted trends list as being in. So it's just kind of funny as well. The first thing that's in is dopamine dressing. So gone are the days of neutrals. Essentially, the concept of dopamine dressing is a theory that wearing certain colors can elevate your mood, which I would say probably colorful colors in most cases makes someone happy, but not always. Someone that really likes to wear all black maybe feels that like dopamine when they wear all black. It's fuchsia, citrus, oranges, electric blues, whereas what is out are neutral notes. So off the back of dopamine dressing, neutrals have had their time in the sun and now are in need of retirement. And I would say neutrals are never not a trend because I think they're pretty basic in most people's wardrobe. With light academia and dark academia being kind of like booming in 2021, I feel like that's still gonna carry over into 2022. And I feel like if you already wear neutrals, you aren't gonna stop wearing neutrals. And in most cases, you're only gonna add pops of color here and there. You're not gonna be like a full colorful type of person. So I feel like this in and out type of thing of like bring colors in and take neutrals out, I feel like it's more like you should own both if you want to, obviously. Actually, I feel like the end of 2021 is when I've really actually surprisingly gotten into beiges and tans, whereas before I would have never really worn like brown tones. For at least me, it's like the start of my neutral journey. The next is gender neutral dressing. Our sweet feminine pieces, oh so fun to wear, yes, but they offer little wiggle room. As for neutral, we do approve of. Androgynous attire is designed to liberate fashion fanatics from the binary restraints of the fashion industry. I personally love gender neutral dressing. I'm all for that. I think that should be, again, just a thing that like exists, not like it's in now, but like next year it's gonna be out. Especially like androgynous attire, I think it looks so beautiful, and the people that rock it, like they look amazing. I'm also all for like any gender wearing any type of clothing that they want, whereas checkered everything is out, which I do also think it's interesting that they say that checkered has just broken into the beauty market, but now it is borderline passe. And I would have to agree that checkered really boomed this year. I feel like everyone and their moms owns a checkered rug. Personally, I want to own a checkered rug. And I think it's just interesting with how, you know, recently it kind of came into being a popular thing that it's already like out of style so soon. Personally, I think checkered is cool. I'm not really like in love with checkered clothing in general for my personal style, but I feel like as a pattern, it should live on. It's like the same thing with cow print. I know a lot of people probably don't think cow print is cute and is probably like out of style now, but for me, it's like a closet staple forever. And I think for people that then wear checkered, it's gonna be that as well. And also this photo that they use, I think this is so cute. I love the yellow like popping out. Looking at this outfit, the fact that somebody wouldn't wear it now because it would be considered out of style, it just like makes me angry. The next is stacked up earrings. An oldie but a goodie. Stacked up earrings are climbing back into the limelight in 2022. I didn't even know they were out of style. Was the idea of having a bunch of like piercings out of style? I feel like that's such a personal preference as to like how you want your ears to look. I mean, I would love for my entire ear to be like fully pierced, but my ears are really sensitive and I'm going slow. Also, I feel like piercings need to like slow down with being a trend because getting your ears pierced, number one, is expensive if you actually go to a good place. And I think this idea of it being a trend is a bunch of people just going to like a random piercing place with just like a gun and getting a bunch of piercings just because it's trendy, and then give it like 2 months and their ears get infected and then it like comes out and they just wasted that money. When it comes to piercings, that's like a long-term type of thing. So I do think it's interesting that it would be kind of considered having a bunch of piercings being a trend. This one hurts. I mean, I'm not even like super into this, but I think the style is beautiful. Like, I think I only own one pair of loafers and I don't really like wear them often, but I think the style is so cute. Loafers have had their moment and it's time to let them go. But it literally says, it tends to give off high school student in 2006 energy. I don't remember people in 2006 wearing loafers. I remember them wearing like Oxfords. Was that the hipster age? I don't remember. So loafers are out, but Y2K throwback is still in, which you're gonna say no to loafers, but keep Y2K a thing. Not that I have anything wrong with anyone wearing any Y2K. I'm just saying, I think it will be interesting going into the new year and honestly the next like 2 years to see kind of where that goes and what like the next big era of fashion that comes back. Because okay, if we have the early 2000s, then like 2010s fashion, I guess. Okay, this is another one where it's literally, I think, personal preference, which is loose fitting denim. At the moment, the trend is already on thin ice, saturating our Instagram feeds for the past year. Okay, the concept of like people being over trends because everyone is wearing them, like, is exactly what the fashion industry and like trends want to happen. Like, they want everyone to wear it. Not only is it overdone, but the trend seems to be only worn by certain body types, which I believe anyone should wear any type of trend, no matter what your body type, which I totally get. So many fashion trends are specifically catered towards a certain body type, and that should not be the case, but I feel like anyone can appreciate a good pair of jeans that are really comfy and possibly loose. Ooh, interesting. 2022's color of the year is Very Perry. I would say that color is very beautiful. And the cool part about specifically colors being a trend is you can take that color and then implement it if you want to. Like, if you like that color and you get inspired by it, you can implement it into any type of like clothing. You can really make it customized for your personal style. I like the openness of that kind of trend. This one is Luxe Sportswear is out. Again, I don't necessarily like gravitate towards the style in general, so it doesn't really do anything for me. What's in is glamour grunge. So if we're taking away sportswear and we're adding glamour grunge, honestly, I don't really mind that. Grunge is itching its way back. Leather, biker boots, sharp silhouettes, and all black everything, which I'm totally down with. I mean, I would say I have a lot of those pieces just in general, but as a concept of being like a thing, I'm down with that. But I also would say, you know, styles like grunge and goth, those aren't like trends that come in and out. People that follow that type of style, it's usually like a lifetime style. Like, that's just them. Oh, we got a controversial one. Out is fast fashion. The decline of fast fashion is a no-brainer. With sustainable fashion becoming more prominent as the days go by, there's little room or tolerance left for unethical practices and garments that won't stand the test of time. Which which I mean, I would agree, obviously the unethical practices and that kind of thing, but also I don't put that on the consumer. I put it on the actual like company that's doing all the horrible things. Again, it's a positive that there's, you know, more sustainable options, a lot more expensive. Obviously, that's completely a different argument for a different day. But I think the concept of being aware of fast fashion and kind of what entails, whether you buy it or not, I think is an important thing. But again, I think we all need to make sure that we aren't judging someone because we also have no idea like what kind of like finances or like so many different things, because I know when it comes to plus size fashion, shopping sustainably is quite difficult. And I think remembering that perfection doesn't exist. And I think somebody that maybe thrifts all their clothes 60% of the time but buys fast fashion 40% of the time is doing amazing. Heck, somebody that even thrifts like 10% of the time or buys sustainably. Like, I think making sure that we aren't trying to create this like perfection mindset and shaming anyone that isn't perfect. And I think just focusing on ourselves to do the best that we can. Oh, I love this one. Y'all know I love a good slip dress. So I mean, all the slip dresses I own, I will continue to wear. And this dress that this person's wearing, I think is so beautiful. I would totally wear that. The last thing that is out is fur, which I would have to agree. I don't think there's any reason for designers to use real fur when there's faux fur. So I don't have too much to say about this because I do agree. But also I would say if you do want a fur coat, but obviously you don't want to buy like a brand new fur coat, the thrift store has so many. And personally, again, this could be a controversial statement, I don't have anything wrong with buying real fur jackets at the thrift store. So I would say if you see someone wearing real fur and they thrift, I think making sure that you don't like jump to conclusions when maybe they got it secondhand, maybe it was their grandma's and their grandma passed it down to them. I've heard that from a lot of people, you know, in older generations wearing fur was kind of a big thing. And also just if you live somewhere cold as well, probably a lot of like grandparents and stuff had real fur and again, thrift stores and that kind of thing. So just want to say that. Alrighty, honestly, that one wasn't that bad. I thought it was gonna be like filled with so much more. Again, I didn't really look at it before doing this video, and obviously there were some things that I disagreed with, but I also have to say the like notes on like fast fashion, unethical practices, and just like for the environment and that type of thing, like, yeah, but then you're also talking about things that people shouldn't wear anymore because it's not trendy, which I do want to say I have nothing against like Elle or the person that wrote this article. Speaking on trends is quite fun sometimes, and I think again I like to go from it as like this could be inspiration, not really like let me follow this to a T, which I would be curious what are your thoughts on kind of stuff like this, that it's like this trend is out and this trend is in. I think that's why I really enjoy doing the videos where I try to like thrift trends, because a lot of people bought stuff because they were trendy and then they weren't trendy anymore and then they donated them, so they're most likely at the thrift store. So there's positive and negatives for that. But if you like thrifting and secondhand fashion, then make sure to subscribe right down below and hit that little bell to be notified every time I make a new video. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, which is AlexSunshine83, and I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you have a super sunny day, enjoy life, be happy, and love you lots. Bye!